Network Women aims to inspire, connect, equip, and champion all women in ministry to pursue and activate their gifts for greater local leadership and kingdom impact. Every ministry call, every ministry season. Hello, Network Women. I want to let you know what's been happening over the last several months since we last gathered together at Network Summit in April 2019, that is. At that time, I was able to share what God was directing us to pursue regarding women in our network. As our network had assessed and explored how we can best support and equip the ministers and leaders in our network, we realized some assessing and exploring would be beneficial for our women ministers and leadership as well. God had been directing me to meditate on Isaiah 43:11 for what I thought was my own personal season, but when asked to lead a new initiative with our network women, I knew it was for more than just me. The verse says, "See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland." And what a verse for our season in so many ways. In the church, things had been stirring regarding women in their involvement in leadership and ministry. Our fellowship has always embraced the theological conviction of equal calling and qualification of women for ministry. God is calling us to narrow the gap between conviction and practice. God is calling women to active roles in ministry leadership as pastors and preachers, leaders, teachers, in support leadership and ministry in the home, credentialed and non-credentialed spouses of credentialed ministers, in vocational or volunteer positions, and so much more. And Network Women is a place where women will be encouraged in that, equipped in that, and supported in their ministry role. I gathered a group of 22 women leaders from across our network to form a network advisory team, and we have met together several times throughout this last year seeking wisdom to create a plan that would connect you and equip you and inspire you toward greater health and ministry impact. Through surveying, we discovered that your desire is to connect for friendship and for equipping in ministry with your like-minded ministry sisters, and that is something we feel strongly about facilitating. We want to make our big network feel a little bit smaller, and we want you to feel at home with each other. That is something we feel strongly about facilitating. We want to build women leaders on every level so they can be healthy models for the next generation of women ministry leaders and pastors, and that is something we feel strongly about facilitating. The advisory and now a smaller lead team was a skilled and invaluable resource this year. They served you well, and we should all thank them. And we were looking for Network Women to reveal at Summit this year, but like everything else, it looks a little bit different now, so thanks for hanging in there with me today. A Summit gathering is being planned for spring 2021, but we are also planning for Network Women Conference this November and Network Women Retreat in January. 2 Corinthians says, "The right time is now." That is the theme for conference. We recognize and celebrate the place and season God has you in right now. It's an opportunity for your equipping in leadership and ministry skills, for connecting and receiving inspiration and impartation for ministry. And then comes retreat. Rest, renew, and reset by experiencing connection with God, your ministry sisters, and yourself. Just when we all need it, at the end of January, we're going to gather in a relaxed and cozy atmosphere, making space and place where your whole self can just be your real self. And of course, we're going to continue to connect and share encouragement and resources through our Facebook group. To join the Facebook group, find WINMI Network Women and follow the prompts to join this group that is specifically designed for Network Women ministers and for those in positions of church ministry. Information and updates for events, which we need to follow really closely right now in the season, will be there and also again on our webpage. We are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do. Network Women is about building women for the ministry God has called them to. We will be a spirit-empowered, leadership-focused, encouraging, authentic, and honoring space. And we commit to stay focused on the future of the church and the next generation of girls who carry the same dream and call of God on their lives. There is room, there is space, and the church desperately needs them at the table. And as an extra encouragement to women pursuing credentials, we are waiving the network fee for newly sought credentials now through April 2022. More information about that can be found on the Network and Network Women website. It is a good thing for someone called by God into vocational ministry to be recognized for that call and preparation by a reputable body of spiritual leaders, by your peers, and by your church. We encourage you and we cheer you on in that journey. Paul encourages us in Ephesians chapter 4, now these are the gifts that Christ gave to the church, the apostles, the prophets, the evangelists, and the pastors and teachers. He makes the whole body fit together perfectly. As each one does its own special work, it helps the other parts grow so that the whole body is healthy and growing and full of love. We look forward to seeing you, every network woman, every ministry season, every ministry call.